Hey, what's up, J Squad? Back again with another reaction. I will be reacting to top 10 insanely racist moments in these cartoons from back in the day that we probably forgot about it or we didn't notice, because most likely I probably didn't notice back then. And you never know. It's like you never surprised about if you find out it's something racist in something. But like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. Thank you for coming to my channel.
Wait, how did we not notice these the first time around? Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 insanely racist moments in Disney movies that you totally forgot about. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're ranking the most embarrassing, anachronistic, or cringe-worthy moments of racism that Disney would likely want their fans to forget or ignore. We're not passing judgment on the people behind the scenes at Disney here, as many of these moments were a product of their time. But it should also be discussed how many of them haven't exactly aged well. Number 10. Sunflower, Fantasia. Fantasia was certainly an early example of a Disney classic, an amazing combination of classical music and animation that still holds up today. What perhaps doesn't hold up so well is a character included on the film's initial theatrical run. Her name was Sunflower, and she was a black female centaur or centaurette who's seen waiting on her white brethren during a segment titled The Pastoral Symphony. Sunflower is drawn with exaggerated black features and is a clear example of a visual stereotype that didn't need to be there in the first place. Perhaps this was the reasoning behind Disney's decision to remove the character from prints starting in the mid-60s. Number 9. Japanese soldier caricatures. Commando Duck.
I thought this was going to show us scenes so we could see the scene and hear the actual cartoons. But her talking... Okay. But let's continue.
It may seem strange today to think of cartoons as wartime propaganda, but this was actually a common practice during World War II. Commando Duck was one such short by Disney, a cartoon that sees Donald Duck parachuting into Japanese territory for a secret mission. The short tends to focus its plot primarily on Donald's battle tactics, but there are plenty of racist moments, specifically with how the Japanese enemy is drawn. Donald's foes are deliberately presented with slanted eyes, buck teeth, and overblown accents.
Oh, I beg my pardon. I bow my stomach at you, very reverent. That's all right. Happy cherry blossoms to you, please.
This was certainly due to anti-Japanese sentiment of the time, although it has not aged well when viewing the short today. Number 8. Conveyor Belt Mammy Doll. Santa's Workshop. Santa's Workshop was a holiday-themed Disney short which, on the surface, is a harmless tale of Saint Nick and his elves getting ready for Christmas. However, early versions featured a troubling scene between Santa and a pair of dolls, as the toymaker is overseeing quality control on the assembly line. A white doll comes down a conveyor belt, says Mama, and gets approved by Santa. Then a black doll tumbles down the belt, says Mammy, and stamps her own butt, as Santa watches on and laughs. Given that the word mammy was slang for a black nursemaid in the time of slavery, and the doll's exaggerated features, it's no wonder Disney removed the scene from all modern prints. Number 7. King Louie, The Jungle Book. King Louie is a beloved character.
I don't think I've seen that one. I don't know. That's so no. I don't know. This shit really do make you want to go back and watch this stuff like this, because, bitch, if I would have seen this shit, if I would have understood this shit when I was younger, I wouldn't have probably watched it.
From Disney's adaptation of Rudyard Kipling's The Jungle Book.
And old King Louie, that's me.
Louie is a Disney original, having not appeared in Kipling's original stories, but he didn't arrive without his fair share of controversy. King Louie and his ape subjects are the only characters that speak in jive slang, popular with black jazz musicians of the day.
I wanna be like you.
Richard M. Sherman was one of the songwriters on the film and has been quoted as initially wanting jazz legend Louis Armstrong to voice the king, but balked at the prospect of potentially offending the NAACP with a black man voicing an ape. So, is King Louis racist, or is it all in the eye of the beholder? You decide. Number 6, Arabian Nights, Aladdin. The American Arab Anti-Discrimination Committee wasn't too thrilled with the soundtrack for Disney's 1992 hit Aladdin. They took specific umbrage with a line in the film's opening song Arabian Nights, where the peddler sings, "Where they cut off your ear if they don't like your face." The committee saw this as disparaging towards the Arab people and complained to Disney for a lyrical change. The company did comply and replaced the line for home video and on new versions of the soundtrack. The committee was also reportedly upset about another controversial line from the song. "It's barbaric, but hey, it's home."
It's barbaric, but hey, it's home.
But Disney decided to leave this one in, for better or worse.
If I were as rich as you, I could afford some manners. Oh.
Number 5, Native American stereotypes. Peter Pan. Intent can be a funny thing, especially when it's perceived much differently years later.
This should be most enlightening.
Disney's Peter Pan is an example of this notion, as evidenced by a shockingly racist musical number with very innocent intentions. The Native American sequence in the film raises flags with the song "What Made the Red Man Red," where embarrassing Indian stereotypes are the order of the day. Although the scene is light and bouncy in tone, the effect years later is rather cringeworthy in its execution, a blemish on what's otherwise a classic slice of Disney nostalgia. Number 4, We Are Siamese If You Please, Lady and the Tramp. The intentions behind Peter Pan's racism may be up for debate, but it's a lot more difficult to defend the outrageous cultural insensitivity behind the Siamese cats in Disney's Lady and the Tramp.
We are Siamese if you don't please.
Post-World War II tensions are the only probable reasons behind the obvious Japanese stereotypes of Si and Am, two villainous cats who sing this song. The twins are drawn with the same slanted eyes and buck teeth we saw earlier in Commando Duck, and their entrance is even marked by a gong, something that hampered Asian stereotypes in film right through the 80s and 90s. Number 3, Shungan and the Alley Cats, the Aristocats. We continue with Asian stereotypes here, proof that negative depiction of such characters wasn't only limited to the immediate aftermath of World War II. Nope. Asians were still being drawn with the same old slanted eyes and outrageous accents in 1970, as evidenced by Shungan and the gang in the Aristocats.
Fortune cookie, always wrong.
Shungan rolls with Thomas O'Malley's Alley Cat friends and performs his part of the song Everybody Wants to Be a Cat with chopsticks and a buck-toothed lisp. He isn't the only feline stereotype here, however, as there's also Peppo, an amorous Italian, and the trumpet-playing scat cat, who's modeled after black jazz musicians of the 50s and 60s. Number 2, The Crow's Dumbo. The term Jim Crow was used to describe laws or regulations designed to enforce racial segregation in the United States. The lead crow in Disney's Dumbo is also named Jim, and has received his share of criticism in the decade since the film's release in 1941.
But I be done seen about everything when I see an elephant fly.
Although Jim and the other crows are generally friendly towards Dumbo, the fact that they speak in stereotypical black slang could...
Alright, I'm done with this video for the simple fact. Okay, so I get what she's saying. Not the stuff that they were saying is racist. It's just the way how they put the show together to symbolize something of other race. And yeah, like the Jungle Book thing, of course, they would think to put a black person as an ape because the ape is black. And then you see as people used to call, I guess, black people apes and stuff, you know, call them names. But yeah, this is, yeah. And of course, as younger kids, we would not sing like stuff like that because we just like, okay, it's cartoon. But hey, it's always something when you get older and then you see how people pick and analyze these shows, and then we realize, oh my god, this is not, we never personally watched this, or it was never meant for us to watch. It's more like for the white people to watch, because they probably get the gist than what we would have thought about the gist of the show, or the cartoon, whatever. But other than that, so yeah, I'm gonna stop it here because at this point, for me to talk, I gotta think, and right now I'm not thinking. I'm talking without thinking. So, and then it's everybody else's opinion versus mine. So, what? Like, comment, subscribe, and comment what you think about this. Because I mean, it's fun to find out everybody else's opinions. Sometimes some people's opinions are just too much, but positive vibe here, people. Be keeping it. Support each other, and the dream for everybody, dream will be successful if we just support each other. Peace. And let me add to this, because so to put on what I really was trying to say is that as kids we never see it, because we thinking about this stuff as kids. We thinking about having fun and watching cartoons. Oh yeah, this is our favorite character, blah blah blah. We don't think about, okay, what's actually behind watching, what's behind all these cartoons and all that stuff, and what we're supposed to have reticent, because we as kids we don't think about that. It was probably the adults that probably had, like, at that time knew what these cartoons was, but they still allowed the kids to watch it. So yeah, I mean, you get the gist. So, peace again. Sorry.